Hello my dear friends and welcome to StudyIQ. I am Joycey Joy and today in this lecture we will discuss the challenges and the way forward for POSHAN Abhiyaan. First of all, let us understand what is POSHAN Abhiyaan. The Union Government of India has signed a $200 million loan agreement with the World Bank, and this is for NNM or the National Nutrition Mission or the POSHAN Abhiyaan. And this POSHAN Abhiyaan or the National Nutrition Mission tries to cover 315 districts across all the states and union territories of the country. So, the loan proceedings of this $200 million will be used for reducing the stunting in children from 0 to 6 years of the age and also to provide nutrition to various categories. The POSHAN Abhiyaan, the full form is Prime Minister's overarching scheme for holistic nutrition, and this was launched in March 2018 in Jhunjhunu, Rajasthan. And the aim of the scheme is to ensure holistic development and adequate nutrition for pregnant women, children and lactating mothers. In this lecture, we will be discussing the importance of POSHAN Abhiyaan, the status of India, the challenges faced by our country in implementing this scheme, and also we will see what are the solutions to overcome these challenges. Let us start. First of all, let us see what is the current affair, why POSHAN Abhiyaan has become an important news for us. There are certain challenges in the scheme and these challenges were brought about recently. So, what has to be done? There is a need to further strengthen the scheme and to meet the twin challenge. So, what is a twin challenge? We will discuss in detail later in this lecture. But now for your understanding, the twin challenge is zero hunger and ensuring nutrition. It is not just enough that hunger is eliminated, but also the nutritional status has to be enhanced. So this is the twin challenge. Now we will see why is POSHAN Abhiyaan important in this regard in overcoming this twin challenge. The first reason, good nutrition. Good nutrition is important for the growth and development of an individual. So at the macro level, if we have to ensure the growth and development of human capital of a country, there is an important need to improve the maternal health, the children health, the learning outcomes, adult productivity, strengthening gender equality, etc. So, for all this, good nutrition is a very important component. And secondly, POSHAN Abhiyaan highlights a strong focus on convergent actions. That means from national to village level. So, therefore, the scheme is very significant. Thirdly, if we look at the targets of the scheme, the targets are to reduce stunting, undernutrition, anemia, reduce low birth weight. So these four things are given primary focus. And the target of the scheme for stunting is that for children up to the age of 6 years, the present rate of stunting is 38.4% and the scheme targets to bring it down to 25% by the year 2022. So, these targets of the scheme are very relevant for the Indian context. So, because of all these reasons, this POSHAN Abhiyaan is very important. Now, we will analyze what is the status of POSHAN Abhiyaan in India. First, let us consider nutritional security. So, the nutritional security of a country is directly linked to food and agriculture of the economy. So, if nutritional security has to be attained, focus has to be given on food and agricultural sector. But if we look at the scope of this POSHAN Abhiyaan, we will see that agricultural sector does not fall under the scope of Abhiyaan. So even though nutritional security is given a primary focus, agriculture or food production is not given importance under the sector. There are many areas where the agricultural sector or the food productivity can directly help this POSHAN Abhiyaan to achieve its objective. The objective is to attain nutritional security. So, nutritional security and food security are connected. So, agricultural sector would have been given a little more focus or importance under this POSHAN Abhiyaan. So, this is one important highlight and also one challenge of this sector in the context of Indian economy. Now, the second one, according to the State of Food Security and Nutrition in the World 2018 report, there are 821 million people who suffer chronic undernourishment, and out of this 821 million people, 196 million reside in India. A very good proportion among the total undernourished in the world comes from India. So you should remember, this is the 2018 latest report. From this it is clear that the nutritional security of the country is very poor, and POSHAN Abhiyaan like schemes are very relevant for Indian economy, but it should be implemented in its true sense. The third one is the twin burden of malnutrition. In India there is a twin burden. What is this twin burden? One is undernutrition and the second is overweight and obesity. This is contradictory to each other, and if we observe other countries in the world, we will see the same pattern which will coexist in many other countries. There is undernutrition on one side and there is overweight and obesity on the other side. And what is the impact of this twin burden? It will cost to the global economy equivalent to 3.5 trillion a year. So this symptom is seen in Indian economy as well. So POSHAN Abhiyaan stands very important. But what is the problem here? POSHAN Abhiyaan focuses on undernutrition. The other part of it, that is overweight and obesity, is not given focus. So there should be some schemes which will provide a focus on this overweight and obesity, because the expenditure or the cost of this twin burden is very high, and this can be utilized in meeting the targets of undernutrition. So this must be taken care. And fourth one is the reverse trend that is seen in India. What is this reverse trend? Reverse trend means an excess or increase in the production of horticulture crops, fruits and milk. Normally in an economy what happens? The food crops, the production of food crops will increase more significantly than the increase in horticulture crops, fruits or milk. But in case of India, for the last few years we are seeing a record production of horticulture crops, fruits and milk. If we take the example of milk, we will see that in 2017-18 India produced 165 million tons of milk, but in 1980 it was only 35 million ton. And the milk production itself has contributed to a lot of employment generation, especially among rural women. Second, if we take the example of fruits and vegetables, India ranks second after China in the production of fruits and vegetables. If we observe the National Horticulture Database of 2016-17, India produced 90.2 million metric ton of fruits and 169.1 million metric tons of vegetables, and the area under cultivation for fruits is 6.3 million hectares and vegetables is 10.1 million hectares. So there is a reverse trend seen in India, and what has to be done? POSHAN Abhiyaan must be able to utilize this reverse trend, because fruits, vegetables, milk, etc. can contribute to reducing or removing undernutrition in the country. So this reverse trend has to be utilized by the POSHAN Abhiyaan, which it is not doing currently. So this is the status in India and challenges of the POSHAN Abhiyaan. Now we will see what can be done in order to overcome these challenges faced by POSHAN Abhiyaan. First one, focus. The focus of the Abhiyaan should be made on increasing the production of targeted nutrition-rich crops. So production of food crops or cereals will not be enough, but nutri-cereals or those food crops which will enhance the level of nutrition must be enhanced. This can be done through homestead gardens, diversification of agricultural production towards fruits, vegetables, aquaculture, etc. So focus must be given on the production of nutrition-rich crops rather than food crops or cereals. Now the approach. A AAA approach can be adopted. What is this AAA approach? Let us see. First, A stands for building the capacity of ASHA, the ASHA workers. The second A stands for building the capacity of Anganwadi workers. The third A stands for building the capacity of auxiliary nurse, midwife, ANM. So these three stakeholders can be involved in the process of enriching nutrition. So they can be given a role in enriching nutrition. So their capacity can be leveraged in the agricultural extension services of the country. So they can act as agents of change for the nutritional intervention. This is by leveraging modern technologies to impart nutrition linked messages for bringing about sustainable behavioral change towards food and nutrition. So they can help in the grassroots level by bringing a behavioral or attitudinal change towards food and nutrition. Now next one is regarding the support. The UN agencies like the FAO, Food and Agricultural Organization, can provide support, and this support can be utilized for planning or developing activities under the mission. This can also be used for fostering research on areas of biofortification, enhancing production diversity, etc. Also, the supports of international organization can be used in bringing in dietary diversity. Next is the target. So, the core of this Abhiyaan can be diverted towards National Nutrition Mission in order to contribute to the targets of one World Health Assembly, and also secondly to the Sustainable Development Goals. The second goal of Sustainable Development Goals is in meeting zero hunger. So the POSHAN Abhiyaan presents an opportunity for intersectoral collaboration. That is the collaboration of various sectors so that the collective actions of different sectors can improve the status of nutrition in the country and to achieve the goal of zero hunger. So what has to be done? As a conclusion, we can say that agriculture should not be merely an activity that focuses on increasing productivity. It is not just about productivity, but it is more about ensuring nutritional security to its population. So the production of agriculture must be diverted towards those areas or to the production of those crops which will enhance the nutritional security of the country. So through that we will be able to achieve the targets of POSHAN Abhiyaan, which is a very relevant scheme for India. You can find the PDF of this lecture on my Facebook page. You can also keep in touch with me for any queries related to your UPSC preparations. I wish you all the very best and wish you all a very good day. Thank you.